Alright, it is Mako against the Paradox Brothers in what is a Duelist Kingdom match. I've got no sound coming through, and I think that might be... There we go. That's better. Okay, so we're looking at Mako's perspective to begin with. He's drawn an okay hand. To be honest, it's actually not that good. If he can get Terra King Salmon to the field, he will actually be alright. So the Paradox Brothers currently are 6-0. They are unbeaten. So you would say that they are the favourites. Ooh, there's Umi. That's interesting. He has also got Dian Keto, which he's just played, and 7 Tools of the Bandit can come in handy for a trap card as well. Soul Eater goes face down. And I'll tell you what though, Mako hasn't got a lot in his hand. So he may be in a bit of trouble early on here, because Destroyer Golem will still destroy Soul Eater. And, oh, okay. Paradox Brothers goes for a tribute and they pull forth Dungeon Worm. 1800, so again, will be tough for Mako to get that off the field. Terra King Salmon though is only a 5-star monster. It's a 5-star monster with 2400 attack points, which is quite unusual. You don't usually see monsters that strong with that much, with that sort of leveling. But it's going to be difficult for Mako to get it to the field, because the Paradox Brothers are going to keep being able to pick off its defenses. Alright, down goes Minamushi Warrior. And there we go, the Enchanting Mermaid is gone, and now Minamushi Warrior will be able to get a direct attack in. Now Minamushi Warrior, he also has a special place for me. He is a card that I used a little bit in Forbidden Memories. Any Rock'em Warrior, as long as they're under 1300, would fuse into Minamushi Warrior. There's Crazy Fish, and that itself will get to 1800. Well, it would have if the Paradox Brothers didn't have a trap hole waiting. Oh, that's right, Mako does have 7 Tools with the Bandit. So Mako will have to flush. Mako will have to flush 1,000 points. But Crazy Fish on the field, he is now level at least with Dungeon Worm. Okay, Paradox Brothers. Unknowing to them, Mako does have Terra King Salmon in his hand, so what will the Paradox Brothers do here? There's, oh, straight to the battle phase. And they're thinking about it. Do they want their Dungeon Worm, or do they want to get Crazy Fish off the field? And oh, they've gone for the attack. And the Paradox Brothers have absolutely no idea how good that move was that they just made, because they can't see Mako's hand. He would have put Terra King Salmon to the field. Oh, there's 7 coloured fish as well. That'll be 2000. So... okay, the thing that hides in the mud is destroyed, and now just like that, Mako is now well in advantage. However, the Paradox Brothers are 6-0. They have the tendency to win games. There's a face-down defense. And there's Magic Jammer, not a bad card. That could block a Monster Reborn, it could block a Ryoku. Deep Sea Shark, that needs Bottom Dweller and Tongyo. Alright, and we are seeing it now, Terra King Salmon, and with the effect of Umi, it is now at 2600, so that will actually be very difficult for Paradox Brothers to get off. They could still get over with Suijin or Sanger of the Thunder. Wait, does Umi do Thunder types? Maybe, I'd have to see the card, because... no, actually I don't think it does. I think Mountain does. That's my memory of Forbidden Memories and Duelist of the Roses coming into play, where water terrain from Umi does increase Thunder monsters. I don't think it does in the actual card game. Alright, there's Guardian of the Labyrinth in attack mode. That's a bit... Oh, there's Ryoku. And Mako, he does have Magic Jammer on the field. He'll have to give up that polymerization, which... Very small price to play, very small price to pay. I tell you what, because that would have given 1,300 points more to Guardian of the Labyrinth. It would have made him 2,300 and Terra King Salmon would have been down to 1,300. So Mako has managed to save his Terra King Salmon. Down goes Root Water. And we may be seeing Mako take full advantage, although he's got no cards in his hand, so if the Paradox Brothers do have something else to get monsters off the field, Mako could be in a spot of bother, but with the 2,600 attack on the field, no defense that the Paradox Brothers can get down right now is going to be able to protect them for too long. And face down into the end phase. Oh, Starboy, that's brutal. That will get Terra King Salmon to 3,100, Root Waters to 1,600, Starboy now at 1,200, and Mako goes to attack with Root Water, and it turns out to be a good choice. 31, 41, 43, 4350 is going to come off Paradox Brothers. They're going to have 450 life points. Oh dear, it looks like Mako might be picking up this first match. Unless Paradox Brothers have something they can pull out of nowhere. And it doesn't look like it. Straight to the end phase. And there's Wow Warrior. If Mako played that, it would be down to 1950 as well, but he doesn't need to. Makes it a sure thing with Terra King Salmon, and Mako is going to pick up the first win here. And he does. Alright, the Paradox Brothers' unbeaten run is under threat. They need to win 2 games in a row to keep that unbeaten streak going for their season points. Alright, we're going to flip them around. As we pull Mako into the lobby as well. Akakietsu. He was on Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories as well. Alright, Paradox Brothers win the rock, paper, scissors. They elect to go first after some thought about it, but alright. Alright, there's Dungeon Worm again and Sangan. At least that again. Tell you what, that is not a great starting hand. The Paradox Brothers, if Mako's drawn a good hand, the Paradox Brothers are in trouble. They're in big, big trouble. We got here D and Keto from Mako. And face down defense and a face down spell and trap. Well, that's at least handy for the Paradox Brothers if you're on their side, because there's Wasteland, that's a good card as well. Will increase the rock monsters that they have. This means that this means that Paradox Brothers can get Dungeon Worm to the field again as well. It'll be an 1800 attack, and because Sangan's gone to the graveyard, it doesn't have to be by battle for Sangan. So the Paradox Brothers can pull, and they've decided to go with the Labyrinth Wall. Alright, into attack now with the Dungeon Worm, and Twin Long Rod's number 1 is gone. Mako now on the back foot. He's up against an 1800 attacker, and Wasteland is on the field. Alright, another face down defense. And there is Winged Dragon Guardian of the Fortress, number 2. The Paradox Brothers set Prisman. And with Dungeon Worm still attacking, they could choose to get Labyrinth Wall to the field on the next turn, which will be a 3200 defense, and Mako's not getting through that anytime soon. Alright, face down defense from Mako. Still content to just defend. He may not have anything else to play. And the Paradox brothers do tribute Prisman to get Labyrinth Wall to the field. At 3,000 defense, which will be 3,200 from the effect of Wasteland. Defensively, that's not going to move anytime soon. Mako would probably have to use a Fissure or a Dark Hole to get that off, unless he managed to get some cards like he did in the last game with Umi, Terra King Salmon and Starboy, and he would even need an equip card. That still wouldn't even be enough to get through Labyrinth Wall. Alright, Mako goes with a face down. And again, straight to his end phase. He mustn't have drawn great cards, because all he's been able to really do right now is defend. Down goes Winged Dragon, Guardian of the Fortress, number 2. Dungeon Worm attacks Flying Fish, which for some reason is 4 stars. I never understood why. Good for a ritual, I guess. However, Mako could be in a bit of trouble soon. He's only being able to throw down 1 monster at a time. Oh, Millennium Golem. With the effect of Wasteland, that'll get to 2,200 attack, 2,400 defense. And it's looking very good for the Paradox brothers now. With a combined 4,000 points of attack on the field. There goes Yugioh. And yeah, it looks like this one could be picked up by the Paradox brothers pretty soon. 2,200 points off of Mako, down to 5,600. And he's only going to be able to survive a couple more turns, so he's going to have to draw something other than just these throwaway defense monsters. Oh wow, straight to the end phase. So it's possible that he does have a lot of 5-star monsters in his hand. Rainbow, Marine Mermaid, Terra King Salmon, Korea Sheen, Boulder Tortoise. What other ones has he got? That's up there. So yeah, Mako does have quite a few 5-star monsters. Okay, there's Magic Jammer. $30,000-year Great White Turtle as well, or 30,000-year White Turtle. That's another one that he has, which is a high defense, 5 stars. And we know one of them was a... well, he played the Magic Jammer to block the Paradox Brothers' Monster Reborn, which has kept Mako around for 1 more turn. Does he draw anything at all? No, again, straight to the end phase. And, alright, Paradox Brothers are going to pick up the second match here. Let me just call out, were they all 5 stars? Yeah. Yeah, Mako had all 5-star monsters in his hand. He couldn't play anything, even if he wanted to. So, alright, we will go to a tiebreaker. We will go to a 3rd game tiebreaker. And the Paradox Brothers, it's a bit of a 50-50, I think, between these 2 decks. So it's basically a 50-50 to see if they can keep their unbeaten run going. There's Cloudian Sheep Cloud. Those Cloudian cards can make a pretty interesting deck as well. Okay, tell you what, that is a very interesting hand for Mako. Yugioh Karu with a 1,700 defense. You got Starboy, you've also got Korea Sheen and a Fissure. WoW Warrior as well. If Mako can get some of those buffers up to the field like Starboy and Korea Sheen, he will be very difficult to stop. Wasteland was played. Wait, no monsters. No monsters from the Paradox Brothers? Oh dear. Alright, Yugioh Karu has gone for Korea Sheen. Oh, Trap Hole. Okay. Sheen is done. Good thing Mako didn't play the giant red sea snake. It's the same amount of attack points. Only 4 stars though, but... Alright, another face down from the Paradox Brothers. And again to the end phase. Oh dear. Is possible they've only got high level monsters. They do have a lot of them. Sanga, Suijin and Kazajin, Gate Guardian, Monster Tamer, Dungeon Worm, Labyrinth Wall, Millennium Golem. They've got some high level monsters in their deck. They've played 2 trap holes though. They played a normal trap hole and then a bottomless trap hole. Maybe they've drawn all magic cards, or magic and traps. Okay, there's a defense. Maybe they were just waiting, just biding their time. Because they have destroyed 3 good monsters of Mako's. There's High Tide Gyojin. And, oh, Protector of the Throne. High Tide Gyojin just gets over it. Alright, another draw from the Paradox Brothers. And they go with another defense. Now Mako here can play Starboy. That'll get High Tide Gyojin to 2150. Oh, okay, he's gone for WoW Warrior. That's interesting. I thought then it would have been better to play Starboy. Oh, okay, there we go. It wouldn't have mattered. Giant Soldier of Stone, 2200. Even if he did play Starboy, it wouldn't have been enough. And we're seeing a tribute now. We're seeing Millennium Golem at 2200. And Millennium Golem removes High Tide Gyojin. Although we are looking at Mako's hand and he does have a fissure. Alright, there's Magic Jammer. He's got a Dark Hole as well. Dark Hole will destroy WoW Warrior. Oh, and there it is, fissure. Millennium Golem is gone, and now Mako has what will be 17, and so that's 2800 points of attack. So Paradox Brothers are going to go down to 5200 life points here, and they're in danger. They're in danger of losing that unbeaten streak. So what are we going to see here? Their life points aren't too far away, but getting over 750, 1750, sorry, without tributing is a bit for the Paradox Brothers to achieve. They also have lost their Giant Soldier of Stone. There's Guardian of the Throne Room, which, okay, if you destroy Starboy, that will reduce WoW Warrior. And that is what happens. Okay, Paradox Brothers back in control for the time being. There is a Dark Hole in Mako's hand. And there's Root Water as well. Decides to set Twin Long Rods. That's not a bad decision, because it may be possible that the Paradox Brothers are short on monsters, so if they pull another one to the field and then Mako activates Dark Hole, taking out 2 of their monsters. And there we go, Guardian of the Throne Room is tributed for Monster Tamer. Not a huge increase in monster, but still is an increase. Alright, there goes Twin Long Rods number 1. Okay, Dark Hole is played. So Mako no longer waiting. Monster Tamer is now off the field, and Enchanting Mermaid. Enchanting Mermaid at 1200. That's going to put Paradox Brothers down to 4000 life points. And it's getting very, very dicey now. Mako, though, doesn't really have anything else. He's got Root Water. If he loses Enchanting Mermaid, which he very well could. There's, ooh, only a face-down defense. There's Tongyo, 1350. Wasteland doesn't reduce fish and aqua monsters in real Yu-Gi-Oh either. Forbidden Memories, Duelist of the Roses, it did. Would have reduced them all by 500. And oh, it's Guardian of the Labyrinth. Wow, so Mako went for the attack and he's won through here. Only 2,800 life points remaining now for the Paradox Brothers. And this could be it. Their unbeaten run could be beaten. And another face down defense. They may be running out of options. And oh, there's Boulder Tortoise at 2,200 defense. What does he elect to go for here? I mean, he does only have weak monsters on the field. He's slowly thought about it. He's decided to tribute Enchanting Mermaid, I guess, to get that 2,200 points of defense onto the field to act as a little bit of security. Because if Minamushi Warrior is drawn, that will be able to defeat Yugioh and all that. Same with... There's a few other monsters in his deck as well. There's a face down, there's a Dispel, which will flip up Magic Jammer. Even a Monster Reborn wouldn't... Oh, end phase. End phase, and that'll do it. Boulder Tortoise is flipped up. Unless that face down, it's going to serve as any protection. This is going to be it. The Paradox Brothers' unbeaten run could be about to come to an end here. Yugioh attacks, that's 1350, and you can do an even 1450 win with Boulder Tortoise, and it's over. The 6-game unbeaten run of the Paradox Brothers is finally beaten, and it's beaten by Mako Tsunami, who hasn't done too bad through the season, but I was banking on the Paradox Brothers to get the win on that one as well. But alright, the unbeaten run has finally come to an end. Let's pull up those season brackets and look at what we've got next for the Duelist Kingdom side of things. So there we are. Wow, Mako defeats the Paradox Brothers. They have finally dropped a match, and in the next one, Mokuba and Panic have already played. So the next one will be Yugi against Taya, so that should be interesting. Is there any better love story than Yugi and Taya? Probably, to be honest. Who else is in that? Pegasus, Tristan, Kaiba and Rex, Joey and Mai, that'll be interesting. Weevil and Bakura, Mako and Bones. Keith and Mokuba have already played, and then... So we won't see Mokuba for a few duels. And then Panic and the Paradox Brothers, so... Interesting matches coming up. We also have a Battle City one, which will be Seeker and Arcana is coming up in that one. So I'm going to go ahead and get all that produced and ready for tonight. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Wherever you are in the world, keep well, stay safe, farewell.